Good afternoon, class. Thank you. You can sit down. First of all, we are going to look at the exercise that you were given in the previous lesson. And it was an exercise on adding and subtracting of algebraic fractions. All right, in that you should be able to know how to find the lowest common multiple and then be able to add and subtract. Okay, you were given 2 questions from the previous exercise, that was letter E and F, and then 5 questions from that lesson. All right, then I'd like someone to give us the answer to letter E. We did E, and what about F? Okay, letter F then. Anyone? Any volunteers? Okay, we letter F.
X minus 1 over x times x minus 1 squared.
All right, 3x minus 1 over x times x minus 1 squared. That was letter F. You all agree? All right then. Number 1 on the previous exercise. Velma.
5x minus 1 over x minus 1 times x plus 1.
All right, she's got 5x, minus 1 over x minus 1 times x plus 2. Okay, that was number 1. Okay, it should be plus 1. 4 minus 3 is positive 1. Okay, on the screen it's A. Right, number 2, Hekoi.
Minus 3x minus 1 over x plus 1 square.
Minus 3x minus 1 over
plus 1 square.
X plus 1 squared. You agree? Okay. If you don't agree, make sure you say so we can check the answer. Number 3, it's 3 over x squared minus x minus 2 minus 5 over x squared plus x minus 6. Chutali?
4 minus 2x over x minus 2 times x plus 1 times x plus 3.
Okay, 4 minus 2x over x minus 2 times?
X plus 1 times x plus 3.
Okay, you all got this one? All right, you note that you can actually factorize this one. You get 2 outside the brackets, and then you will get 2 minus x. Okay, 2 minus x can actually cancel with x minus 2. All right, if you take out negative 2, you will actually have x minus 2 here. All right, and then you can cancel x minus 2 and x minus 2. The most simplified answer is minus 2 on x plus 1 times x plus 3. All right, this one is not wrong, it's just that you can simplify further. So take note, if you can factorize, try to factorize to see if you can cancel. All right, and the other one? Question 4, that was question 3. Question 4, Dan.
X squared plus 2x plus 7 over 3 multiplied by x plus 1.
Like this? You all agree with this one? Anyone with a different answer? Okay, next one, the last one. X plus 1 over x minus 2 minus x plus 3 times over x plus 2. Miriam.
2x plus 8 over x minus 2 times x plus 2.
2x plus 8 over x minus 2 times x plus 2. Looks correct. Anyone want me to go over 1 or 2 questions from the exercise? Yes, number 3. Okay, let's go back. Number 3. Okay. Number 3, first you have to factorize x squared minus x minus 2. Okay, because I have a limited space, I'm going to try and do this quickly, so please listen. X squared minus x plus 2 is factorized as x plus 1 times x minus 2. So there is an x plus 1 and an x minus 2 here. This one is factorized as x plus 3 times x minus 2. Clear? So I can see that there is a common factor of x minus 2. So I take that out and I put it as the lowest common multiple. And then there is an x plus 1 still here and an x plus 3 still here. So I have to include them. You with me? So x plus 1 and then an x plus 3. Okay, all of that is the lowest common multiple. Okay, this is letter C I'm doing. Now, if I get the lowest common multiple and then I divide by this, remember this is x plus 1 times x minus 2. I will be left with x plus 3. So I get it and I multiply by 3. I do the same again. I divide this by this. This time I'm left with x plus 1. And then because there's a minus sign, don't forget I multiply minus 5 by x plus 1. All right, someone actually asked me, and I still see a lot of students making mistakes, that if they go as far as this, they start canceling. You're not supposed to cancel. This minus sign tells you not to. If it was multiplication, yes, you can cancel. All right, then. Remove the brackets. I get 3x plus 9 minus 5x minus 5 over x plus 3 times x minus 2 times x plus 1. Okay, then I collect the like terms. 3x minus 5x is negative 2x. 9 minus 5 is 4 over x plus 3 times x minus 2. You have to have a lot of patience. Times x plus 1. Okay, now if it is like this, you can actually see that you can factorize by taking out negative 2. And then you have x minus 2 over x plus 3. Can you see this? Times x minus 2 times x plus 1. And you can cancel x minus 2 and x minus 2. Because it's now all multiplication. So the answer is minus 2 times x plus 3 times x plus 1. Is it clear? Okay. Any other questions you want me to do? Okay, 4 and 5. All right, number 4, the LCM is clear. You can tell that it's 3 times x plus 1 because there is no common, there's nothing common about the two of them. Okay, when you divide, again, if I divide this LCM, which is 3 times x plus 1 by 3, I'm left with x plus 1. So I multiply x plus 1 by this x plus 1, and it's going to be x plus 1 squared. All right, then I divide the LCM again by this time x plus 1. I'm now left with 3. 3 times 2 is 6. You get x squared plus 2x plus 1 plus 6 over 3 times x plus 1. And you'll be left with x squared plus 2x plus 7 over 3 times x plus 1. I haven't got enough space to write it on the board. Clear? Okay. Can I write this one? All right. Okay, that's letter D or number 4. This one is letter E. All right, x plus 1. Again, what I'll do is I'll just work out the LCM from here. Okay, the lowest common multiple is x minus 2 times x plus 2. All right, x minus 2 times x plus 2. Then I divide. Divide x minus 2 times x plus 2 by x minus 2. I'm left with x plus 2. I multiply x plus 2 by x plus 1. So x plus 1 times x plus 2. Next, I divide again. This time, x minus 2 times x plus 2 by x plus 2. I'm now left with x minus 2. And I multiply that by x plus 3. Take note, there is a minus sign outside. So, x plus 3 times x minus 2. Okay. X plus 1 times x plus 2 will give x squared plus 3x plus 2 minus this one will give x squared plus x minus 6 over x minus 2 times x plus 2. Okay, and then I have to remove the brackets. X squared plus 3x plus 2 minus x squared minus x plus 6 over x minus 2 times x plus 2. Okay, x squared minus x squared is 0. 3x minus 1x is 2x. And 2 plus 6 is 8. So, it's 2x plus 8 over x minus 2 times x plus 2. Okay, is there any other question? Come on, if you have any questions, ask. We probably will not touch this again until grade 12.
Can you factorize 2x plus 8?
Yes, you can, but you won't be able to. You can factorize. You're going to have 2 outside the brackets and x plus 4. And you won't be able to cancel with any of this. You can factorize, but then you won't be able to cancel. You can leave it, you can also have it as 2 times x plus 4 over x minus 2 times x plus 2. That's okay. So no other questions? All right, then the next thing on algebra is on equations. Okay, and I've just written something based on that on the board. All right, an equation is a statement that two quantities are equal. All right, then I'd like you to note the difference between an equation and an expression. An expression does not have the equal sign, and an equation must always have an equal sign. If it doesn't, that means it is not an equation. Okay, so an equation is a statement that two quantities are equal. For instance, you all know that 100 centimeters is equal to 1 meter. Hopefully you remember. All right, that's a simple equation. You are saying that one thing is equal to another. All right, more often an equation contains an unknown quantity which is represented by a symbol. Usually letters are used. Okay, I've just written that down as a symbol. It is the value of this unknown quantity that we are supposed to find, that we would like to find. All right, for instance, I've got an equation here, 3x minus 4 equals 23. X is the unknown quantity, or it represents the unknown quantity. Okay, there is only one value for this symbol here, x, which will make the right-hand side of the equation equal to the left, or it will make the left-hand side equal to the right, and this value will be 9. And 9 is the only number that you can replace x by. Any other number will not work. So 3 times 9 is 27. 27 minus 4 will be 23. Okay, in maths there are many types of equations, and these are classified according to the highest power that the unknown has. Okay, the one that we are going to start off with is called a simple equation. Now, I would like you, as we go through this, because we are going to look at simple equation, we are going to look at quadratic equations, we are going to look at simultaneous equations, and when you do grade 12, you look at what is called inequations, and you also look at what is called absolute value equations. We might actually start it this year. You see there are 5. You have to know what type of equation you are solving, because they are all different and there are different methods. All right, the simple one which you all know about is called a simple equation. And these simple equations are those equations with one unknown. The unknown is also raised to the power of what? 1. All right, the highest power here is 1. Once you see that the highest power is different, or it's more than 1, or even less than 1, then it's no longer a simple equation. Okay, I've got 2 examples here. I've got 7t minus 5 equals 9 and x over 6 equals 3. 2 of these are simple equations. Okay, to solve, there are 2 rules. You always do the opposite operation, which means if you've got a minus, then you have to add. If you've got division, you have to multiply. And the other rule is whatever you do on one side of the equation, whatever is done on one side of the equation must also be done on the other side. All right, these 2 rules only apply to simple equations. When it comes to the other equations, you actually don't, the rule still applies, but there are different ways to solve. Okay. Now, I've got 5 examples on the board. The first one is 3x over 2 is equal to 3. Since I am dividing 3x by 2, I have to multiply on both sides of the equation. So I just multiply this by 3, 2, and I multiply the other side by 2 as well. So I am now going to have 3x equals 6. Okay, because 2 and 2 will cancel out. And if 3 times x is equal to 6, since this is multiplication, to get x on its own, because that's what I'm trying to find, I divide 3 on both sides. So x is equal to 6 divided by 3, which is 2. Now, in grade 11 and grade 12, I would like to stress that some of, like here, you don't need to write divide by 3 and divide by 3 and then say, okay, x equals this and this. You know, like this one, it's very easy. You know that 3 divided by 3 is 1 and 6 divided by 3 is 2. So I don't like to see every little tiny step that is involved. You're in grade 11, like I said earlier, use your intelligent brains more often so you become more intelligent. Okay, 3x minus 1 equals 5. What is the first thing I'm supposed to do? Rita? I want to solve for x.
Add 1 on both sides.
Okay, add 1 on both sides. So add 1 here and add 1 here. Minus 1 plus 1 is 0. 5 plus 1 is 6. I have 3x is equal to 6. This was unplanned, just happened. Okay, x is equal to 2. Right, number 3, 5x minus 2 equals 4x plus 4. I want x by itself on one side of the equation. Now, what must I do? Andrew?
Get the like terms
On?
both sides of the equation.
Okay, so I can move 4x to the left and I move 2 to the right. You know, this is how my teacher actually taught me in grade 10. He said, instead of adding 2 on one side, he told me like this, just move this number to the other side and change the sign. It's still the same, then you can forget it on the left. You don't have to deal with it. Just move this one and then move this one and change the sign. So you can actually do 2 things at the same time. You don't have to do it step by step like I said. You can take away 4x from 5x and you can add 2. So if you forget about 2 here, because when you add, then you are going to say minus 2 plus 2 is 0. You just forget about it here and add it onto that side. So you are going to get x equals 6. In one step, you can get the answer instead of writing every little thing. So plus 2 on both sides, you will get x equals 6. Add 2, subtract 4x. Is that okay or am I going too fast? Okay. What's the next one? Number 4. Who's next? Raylin. The first step. Number 4.
Simplify the equation.
How?
How?
Simplify means too many things.
Remove the brackets.
That's better. 3x minus 3 equals 2x plus 8. Then what? Now someone tell me the answer. Agnes. I just told you how to do it in one step. X equals not 5, 11. You take away 2x and add 3 on both sides. You just move this one to that side and move 2x to this side. Huh? This is 3. Oh, it's clear. Even if I didn't write it properly, you should know that 3 times minus 1 is negative 3. Okay, so x is equal to 11. Take away 2 or move 2 to this side and change the sign and add, move 3 to that side and change the sign to plus. Okay, number 4. Sorry, number 5. Oh. All right, ignore this sign. It's supposed to be 2 minus 2 by itself minus 4x minus 1 on 3. 3x, okay, I'll repeat. 3x plus 2 on 3 equals 2 minus 4x minus 1 on 3. 4x minus 1 is on 3. What is this? 3x plus 2 over 3. A fraction. 4x minus 1 on 3 is another fraction. Let me just change it to 2. I'll make it a little bit harder. Okay, now we have 4x minus 1 on 2. What do you think I should do to solve 4x? Livingston? You were saying? Come on.
Find the lowest common multiple of 2 and 3.
Very good. Oh, you scared. Okay, find the lowest common multiple of 3 and 2. Now, if I had 5 here, if this was 2 over 5, I will also include 5. I would now find the lowest common multiple of 3, 5, and 2. Right, I find the lowest common multiple of 3 and 2. Then I do what with the lowest common multiple? Divide. Solomon. What do I do with the lowest common multiple of 3 and 2? Divide. If you say divide, tell me. Divide doesn't tell me much. Divide what? By what?
Divide the lowest common multiple with 3 and 2 and multiply by the numerator.
Numerator, okay. Solomon says divide, like if I get 6, I divide 6 by 3, get the answer, multiply by the numerator. Exactly. But there's a slightly, I'll do it slightly differently. Instead of saying divide, you say multiply each side, multiply each term in the equation by the lowest common multiple. You will still divide in the end. Okay. The reason why I'm saying this is you are going to forget that when you're going to forget these 2 here because it's on its own. You're just going to divide this one, you'll forget these 2 and you'll divide this. But that you're supposed to multiply this by the lowest common multiple because it's over 1. Okay, so 3 and 2, the common multiple is 6. So I multiply this by 6. This whole fraction multiplied by 6. I multiply the term that is by itself by the lowest common multiple as well. And I multiply this by 6. Let me just put it up here. So I am now going to divide 6. When I multiply, I get 6 divided by 3 is 2. So 2 times 3x. I'm writing different numbers and saying different ones. Okay, 2 times 3x plus 2 equals 6 times 2 is 12. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And because of the negative sign, I must make sure I write that I multiply that negative number with 3. So minus 3 times 4x minus 1. Okay, which will now be 6x plus 4 equals 12 minus 12x plus 3. Now, I add 12x, so I will get 18x on this side. I just move this 12x here and I change the sign from minus to positive. So I'm adding 6x by 12x, and then I will have to move 4 to the other side and change the sign. It's exactly the same as subtracting 4 on both sides of the equation. So 18x will be equal to 12 minus 4 plus 3. Okay, I'm moving this 4 to here, or I'm subtracting 4 on both sides. That's why I'm subtracting it here. Okay, 18x equals 12 minus 4 is what? 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. So x is equal to 11 on 18. Okay. It's a funny answer, but it should be correct. You can try using your calculator and substitute. I'm sure it's correct. Okay, any answer, any questions? Not answers, but questions? Okay, we've done one way there is a division, and then where you have to add first and then divide, where you have to collect the like terms to one side of the equation. The aim is you must always have the positive unknown on one side. It must be positive. If it's negative, you'll have to make it positive. Okay. This one is where you have to remove the brackets. This one is where you have fractions. You get the lowest common multiple and multiply each term in the equation by the lowest common multiple. Okay. You have an exercise to do. You are going to do the first three quickly. 3 minutes. All right, number one. The answer is 20, x equals 20. Number two, x equals 3. Number three, x equals negative 8. All right, for homework, you have only 4 questions to do, number 4, 5, 6, and 7. Next week, we look at another type of equation. Where do I go? All right, the key word to the pilot teacher is simple. Good afternoon, all the smart students. Thank you.